All the money on one game of Splat Zones.
The pressure, the whew, whew.
Yeah.
I heard some yelling back there too. Someone's hyped.
Yeah, this F8 may be the one that we have the three-way tie on, which is very exciting.
I was like, I haven't seen a three-way tie like this, but I also haven't seen like a best of one happen.
Yeah, me. Oh god. Do you remember the Nintendo tournament that was best of one tower control because Battlefly wouldn't allow anything but best of one for some reason?
That.
It was malfunctioning.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That was very strange.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
We're going to be seeing 3 best of ones on Mako zones as a tiebreaker. Our first set, Resonance versus RRRemix.
Oh, and we
so,
saw
repeat. We see them again here on stage, getting extra screen time. We do love to see that versus Resonance, who I believe is that's the one with Toasty, not the Tio, Day, Pigment, and
Negative.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they run a fun comp that was Tent Blaster Dynamo and Shot, I believe.
Oh, I saw them playing earlier, and they were popping off with that. I was watching that. It was like a really hype set that everyone was over here watching.
Yeah, and they have like team jerseys. I think they recently rebranded from Ominous to Resonance.
Oh, okay, okay.
They have new team jerseys, and they're all very cool. I met them at the fire pit last night.
Oh, nice. Gosh, that's why I love the fire pit.
I know. You get to see all the different people.
Yeah, that's where you get to meet everyone. It's like, okay, we'll commentate them, but I'm not completely sure who they are, or you'll play against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very cool people here, and you may not have encountered them in the community until they walk up to you next to the fire.
Yeah.
Which is very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. They both have team jerseys.
Yo, let's go.
We are professional esports here.
We are. Look at that Magic 8-Ball there on the stage. Setting things up. Look at him go.
He was also an answer to trivia.
He was?
Yes.
What was the question?
It was asking about, the category was like Crazy Eights, and it was asking the name of the TO that's going to retire after this tournament.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
And I like the idea that there were answers to the questions who were people, and they have no idea, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea Magic was in that. That's hilarious. Were there any K-Bot ones?
No. K-Bot is gone. We only have the legacy of K-Bot, which is several voice clips that I have spliced from Lethal Company and put into a mod.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the ghost of K-Bot.
Yeah, the ghost of K-Bot that comes from the company building.
Yep.
in the mod pack that we use.
Literally.
Yeah.
I wish the world could hear them because they're very hilarious. Who else was an answer in trivia?
Jared was. There was there weren't a lot of people who were like answers to questions, but there were a few.
Yeah.
I think Jared was one. Magic was one. There were like questions about, like the question about, I can't even remember. Was it Melon who was playing Heavy Edit who got 4K? I think so. I think it was Melon, right? It had to be Melon.
I would think so.
Yeah. I mean, that were like tangentially related to people, but
yeah.
I think it was mostly those two.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm like, I only caught the end of trivia, so I'm like pretending I was there, just like picturing it. Okay. Also, thinking about what we're gonna see, three best of ones on Mako zones. So.
Which we just saw.
Yes. Oh, I hear counting down.
We're counting down.
I hear counting down.
The mapless graphic looks so ominous with one map.
Look at that.
We're going to Mako Mart. Strap in.
I'm scared. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
I'm lost in the grocery store.
Literally. If your name is Fusion, come to the front of the store. Your mom's looking for you.
Mom, pick me up. There's only soup.
Oh lordy. Okay. I'm trying to remember what we saw RRRemix play.
They were the ones who were playing Blob and Sploosh. Along, yeah.
That's
again,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Ooh,
Blob
okay.
and Sploosh, and I believe they had the. Was it Shot in 52? No, it was. Let's find out.
Oh wait. Okay. Anchoring on Explo. Ooh.
They did switch to Carbon in that last game, I remember.
That's right.
It's easy to remember the weapons that aren't shot, unfortunately. So I apologize to
Sorry,
all the
players.
noble shot soldiers who are diehard for their weapon or love the way that it is very good.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They had a tri-slosher
Oh, yeah. Andrew wasn't that tri-slosher. That's right.
and dualies.
Yes.
And then Daze, interesting. Daze is the one we saw on Carbon at the end. It says anchoring on Explo or frontlining on Carbon Deco or V-Roller.
Yeah.
So we could see either
I guess
one.
Daze is Tori, right? I guess so? Probably. Or Tori is just not on this list. I apologize if I'm mistaken here. But, yeah. And this is very random, but teams submit like some information about themselves so that the commentators can like see it. They submitted a QR code that links to a website where they have like, it looks like a 2001 website that has the fire text GIF with the team name and like scrolling banner. Very cool.
It looks like when I learned how to first do HTML, like that. I loved it. The vibe it gave was that.
My custom website. Fire text.
Oh, what is that? Is that a
That's
sticker maybe?
a sticker or a pin that I think they were holding. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It looked vaguely Grizzco related. I
Yeah.
think just the colors.
Yeah.
The colors made me
The, like,
give me that vibe.
goldish.
Yeah.
Goldish colors.
Yeah, the colors definitely give me that vibe. But yeah, all these teams, all the pressure's on this one game, right?
I know, yes.
There's so much stress that has to come from this. All bringing it all down to a game of Splat Zones, which may work in the favor of the team that has a blob.
Yeah.
Gonna provide a lot of paint for sure.
Definitely. And the Carbon too.
But Resonance just they stick with the comp that they run like all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the crowd going crazy.
Okay, the crowd's going crazy.
Best of one tiebreaker. We are in overtime tonight on day one. Double roller. One Dynamo, one Splat roller, and a junior double bubble. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming out.
Okay, both teams headed to the zone here, and both teams trying to paint the zone. I love this. Look at that. Look at Toasty using that tent umbrella, the shield going through the zone. I saw a couple members of their team there starting to push through it, but not quite pushing up all the way, just kind of baiting it. And just like that, two members do go down on the side of Remix. Toasty here pushing forward with that scent umbrella, and you can see Pigment this way saying, hey, let's set up over here. I have a good position.
Yeah, Resonance doing a great job. Their comp is very slow moving, but so far they've been doing a great job just stopping Remix in their track. They find 3 picks on them, don't lose the zone, and even get a full wipeout in a best of one. This is looking dangerous. Remix has a very few number of chances to get back in here. They need to make it count and be careful of that roller. Pigment sharking on that right side.
Pigment says, nope, I am glued here. This match, I'm staying here right now in case anyone drops. I am here. Okay, was that the Dynamo? Excuse me?
It sure was. They find 2. Dave finds 2 picks. The members of Remix are still getting taken out. Voidbits is going to jump to the zone. It's a splashdown that finds 2. That's a 2 members left in the zone. The paint needs to come out for Remix. They get taken out. Is there enough paint? The blob paints the zone. It's going to neutralize and flip it with 1 point left.
Oh my goodness, that was what they needed. They need to run in and cap the zone. They did just that. Oh my goodness, Fusion.
Bugs clutching the game with not a moment to spare. Remix still in it in this best of one situation, and the Dynamo coming out is just doing so much work. Day has been locking Remix down. Remix has some breathing room here, a big penalty on the board, but they don't want to have to run for the zone again.
Yeah, that was definitely a tricky situation that could have ended very badly for them with that getting all the way down to 1 point. Okay, Remix here starting to try and push in as we see Andro going over this left stack. They do have a member go down. The zone here switching. It's going back and forth. Are they going to be able to cap it here? You can see they're trying to get the paint on. There's that Dynamo though popping up on the stack, taking down members of Remix, and they are capping that zone once again.
Yeah, Tori getting taken out of the zone. There's only 10 seconds left on the penalty. Remix needs to make a run for it. The tent is blocking the way. Dave lines a pick on that tri-slosher, and that's going to be it. Resonance takes this first tiebreaker game.
Wow, that was a treat. That was so much fun to watch with all the different weapon. A flanking Dynamo. Excuse me.
We love to see that.
Yeah.
I love Dynamo. The hits are just so crunchy, right? you just see the Dynamo around the side and you already know that you're dead.
Yeah.
It's very, very exciting to watch a good Dynamo play.
Yeah.
So that is going to be Resonance winning this first tiebreaker. So that puts them at a good position here, right? It's again a round robin. So if you win 2 games, you are out, right? You make your way to top cut.
Yeah.
But if the same thing happens and we got rock, paper, scissors again.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to
what do we do?
Are we gonna have to do another best of one? I could see it happening. I could honestly see it happening.
That would be crazy. We could. I mean, if it happened, I don't know if these teams were in the same group.
Oh, good point.
Before.
Good point.
So it may be. Is it based on record? I don't
think
I'm sorry,
it is.
this tournament format is a little bit, there's a lot going on in the tournament format.
Roger that. All right, update for everyone watching
so
at
funny.
home. Throwing is Fine is going to be the next team up, but they had left the venue because they thought they were done, so they are running back. They're on their way back here to get back on the stream for this tiebreaker match.
That's so funny. Yeah, so I guess these 3 are one group. It is the same group that we saw earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Throwing is Fine now going to be up against one of these 2 teams. It seems like it's going to be Resonance, who just won that last game. And if Resonance, or rather, if Throwing is Fine wins, we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, we are in a bit of a pickle. I'm very interested how this plays out. I'm trying to remember. Throwing is Fine. They had, what weapons was it again?
They were the double Gluga.
That's right. It's late night hours, baby. This is so fun.
Did they play double Gluga, or was I hallucinating that?
We're at that point where we're just hallucinating. Wait.
Yeah, Inkbrush, Gluga, Stamper, Gluga.
Yes, okay, that was, yeah, you're correct. That was the team.
And yeah, Throwing is Fine. They have a splash wall to contest the tent umbrella.
Yeah.
From one of them. So that exists. And having an Inkbrush, like Inkbrush on one side and tent on the other, is like really interesting.
It is interesting.
Right? One of the Inkbrush is running circles around you, and tent just like can't afford to chase it down.
Yeah. The tent's like, okay, I'm going to
like,
put my shield out and then just hide for a second.
Yeah, so I wonder, maybe the Inkbrush will be like the secret weapon going into the match versus Resonance. They did leave the venue, so it may take a second for them to get back.
I was thinking about when we just watched Resonance play, the way that the Roller and the Dynamo teamed up together. I mean, you could see them just hunting down people together. They were doing a great job. The synergy there was awesome.
Yeah, they definitely were. I mean, they're 2 rollers, but they don't really do the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dynamo's got like the painting and sharking over, or like painting and like pressuring over ledges. Roller likes to shark the ledges, right?
Yeah.
Wait for you to get close.
Yeah.
So
that's if you're able to make that work, like we were seeing, obviously, I could see that just being good, which we just saw too.
yeah. and we are back on Mako Mart, so
Back
maybe
on Mako Mart.
they're sticking with the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, Tentabrella's probably pretty happy to stay here. Dynamo's probably pretty happy to stay here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
These are maps that these weapons are very good on, and probably don't see play like on that much in comp, just because there's a variety of maps and modes, right?
Definitely. Ooh.
Ooh boy.
Ooh doggy.
It's time.
Oh, you haven't showed the stream. What? I didn't realize it went up so
Look at the
high.
super hand thing. The little fidget toy.
I love that.
I get to use all of my anxiety PowerPoints.
I didn't realize it went up so far. Did you make that?
It's not my design, but I 3D printed it.
Okay.
So, I could have made it as long as I wanted, which would have been funny.
It goes like way up to the ceiling.
I mean, it would probably like it's already kind of like sinking down. It's gonna collapse under its own weight, and we've got Magic 8 Ball giving us an update.
Okay.
Oh man, they're
Thank you.
rapidly approaching our direction from the parking lot as we speak. They went out to dinner, I guess, which is. I mean, you can't really blame them, right? Like, if they say you have to go 2-0, you have to go 2-0 to make it out of redemption, and you don't go 2-0, you're like, all right, let's leave. But you never expect this.
That's insane.
I don't know if you could hear Magic, but he says in TOing 7 years, he has never seen this happen one time. Or did he say he only has seen it happen one time?
I think he said he's never seen it happen.
Crazy.
Okay.
It's just so funny that the last like block of the day has the big tiebreaker. It's very funny.
Magic came up to us and he was saying, okay, they're running from the parking lot. They are rapidly approaching. And then Magic just went away and said, they're here. And we heard some cheering. So they're here.
They're here.
This is so funny. And Magic's hyped about this, so.
Yeah, I'm
hyped.
excited too.
I'm hyped about it. I hope everyone watching is hyped too, because this is just.
This is a treat.
Yeah, this doesn't normally happen.
Oh yeah, here's the matches that we saw. So, Throwing is Fine beat Remix but lost to Resonance. Remix lost to Throwing is Fine but beat Resonance. Resonance beat
gosh.
Throwing is Fine but lost to Remix, which is crazy. Which shows, well, you know, it's like I want to say how even the teams are, but more like how volatile their matches are, right? Because I feel like it didn't seem like Remix knew what to do against the Tentabella and stuff for the most part, right? But they evidently beat Resonance before, which is interesting. I guess, you know, when you force the Tent to be on other map modes, maybe it plays a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, given that they beat them before, they got the stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're prepared.
But Resonance trying to get back and beat Throwing is Fine here. And doing so will secure them a spot in the top cut.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. What's going to happen? I don't know.
I can't stand the pressure.
We're not even playing.
Yeah.
And we're nervous.
It's called anxiety.
Well, that's a thing. At least you have your little fidget there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it for the cosplay, but it's good. It's a good thing. I love a good thing.
Yes, definitely. Okay, I see Magic on stage. He is assertively talking.
He certainly is.
That's what I would say he looks like right now.
Get in the room. Go, 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 go.
I think he's running on adrenaline. I think this.
Oh, undoubtedly.
This is helping him stay alive.
We've been
right
running
now.
since more than 12 hours ago.
Yes.
You'd think he's been here for the entirety of it because I think food's just been delivered and Magic's still been here the whole time. Same with probably the rest of the TOs who have just been working their butts off.
Yeah. Shout out to them because with this being the biggest Splatoon LAN, like, and putting this all together, absolutely amazing. Cannot thank them enough.
You know, Magic just peeks around the corner and goes,
Who did
I
that?
can't even fucking. I can't even do the mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't even do the mouth. He was like. With his
Magic
tongue
did that?
out. Yeah. Either way. Well.
Silly.
We tried.
Silly. We're all silly. Wait, what time is it? Oh my goodness.
It is 10:33.
We're gaming right
We
now.
are gaming.
This is
We've
gaming.
been playing a lot of Splatoon.
Yeah, okay. And I was saying too, when our one of our last games, previous games started, so typically at these events, Splatoon finishes before Smash, and Smash kind of like keeps going longer than they're supposed to or should. But now, the Smash side, we can look over at where the Smash commentators sit, and it is just empty there. Everyone's gone.
Yeah. It's definitely really interesting. Smash has an overnight venue, right?
Yeah.
Or do we have an overnight venue too?
We do too,
Oh, okay.
I think.
There's still all the Smash people just sitting in the back you can see. So
Yeah.
now Splatoon's the only thing to watch here. So I hope we have a big crowd because this is exciting stuff.
It is. It sounded hype out there.
Yeah,
That
people
last game.
were going crazy when the zone got flipped at 1.
Okay, look at that. We see them in the lobby there on the screen.
RRRemix. Yeah. That's still the predictions from last time. But we do have most of the people in the lobby at this point. We're about to hop into our potential final match of the day. The best of 1 tiebreaker on Mako Splat Zones.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We're doing it.
We are doing it. We're doing the thing. Can you guys tell we're getting delirious?
A little bit.
all the staff here, us, we're all getting delirious.
Everyone's working very hard to keep this active. I mean,
Yes.
79 teams is a crazy amount. There are 11 Splatoon setups, so that's 11 matches can go on at the same time. And we're only running like 15 minutes behind schedule, and then we had this tiebreaker, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is not a normal occurrence.
Yeah. This is not normal, I swear. Okay, both teams, they're in the lobby, which we said, obviously, and we can see it on the screen there.
Yeah.
They're starting to ready up. We're
hopping
about
in.
to head into the game. Oh, ooh, doggy.
Oh boy.
Man, they got here fast too.
I know.
From the parking
They
lot?
really ran through the parking lot, huh?
If you guys have never been here, the parking lot is huge. It's like the big parking lot over here, and then you have to walk up this big hill to get into the hotel, and then you have to go from the hotel and walk around to the convention center. It's a walk.
Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku was briefly there, and then got covered up by the team names. But Hatsune Miku is there in your hearts. It's Blobtsune Miku.
Blobtsune Miku. That's kind of fun to say. Blobtsune Miku. Say that 5 times fast. I'm not doing it. Nope. Okay, can we? I want to. This camera is beautiful.
It is.
It's so clear.
So high quality. We can see every
Hi.
bit of fluff on Blobtsune Miku.
Yeah. Blobtsune Miku. There she is. Adorable. I like how the hair is like fuzzy.
I know. Give it a little
Okay.
ruffle.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
It's
I
time.
hear the ready up button, and we are headed into potentially the last match of the night here, which is going to be a best of 1, remember? Fusion, what are you seeing with these weapons?
It's Hagglefish this time. I'm delirious. Are the players? We have Aerospray with the Reef Slider coming out. Hopefully to cheese the zone. We see that same double roller cop coming out. It's Hagglefish this time instead of Mako Mart. Already the Tentabrilla doing their thing, trying to move through the zone. There's already a Reef Slider. It finds 2 picks. It's an early opening. A full wipeout for throwing is fine.
Ooh, they ran from the parking lot and they ran to the zone. Guess what? They're running into Resonance spawn as well. They have come with the aggression right now. And I didn't even realize, too, they have that Aerospray that's going to have that Reef Slider. That's going to be so helpful for them.
Yeah, it definitely will be really reliable. I've never seen a comp like this in my entire life. We have a vac coming out. Wiper rolling in on that side is going to get the pick on the Dynamo. The zone's going to flip into Resonance's favor. But my God, it feels like Throwing is Fine just went on the weapon screen and said, what are the 4 fastest weapons we can think of, or 3 of them, and just pick those.
Yeah.
And that's how things have been running here. Because all right, Resonance is stuck in their spawn, doing their best. Oh my God, the Reef Slider, when a weapon swings once every like 20 seconds, just having a button that turns you invincible at all is crazy.
It is crazy. I completely agree. Okay, Zone is going to go back into Resonance's favor, and as Delta left alone here with that Wiper, it looks like that 1v1 they were going to take jumped away and said, no thanks, I'm going to go back and play with my teammates. Delta there got called out. Day here on that Dynamo, going to use the cooler, but there goes. And it actually didn't cap the zone. I thought that was going to cap the zone. That Resonance did a great job at countering that.
Yeah, they certainly did. They painted over it and stalled it out. And now the push that came in from both of these teams does not come in at the same time. The Galuga Jam is behind the enemy team. They are going to get caught in just weird space and be forced to jump out, but that distracts Resonance long enough to get the zone back. And that is indeed going to be the lead, or sorry, it's still, they're not going to lose the lead, rather. Resonance still hanging onto the zone here, but they're losing members rapidly, and now the zone back in Throwing is Fine's favor.
How? I mean, this score says it all. How close can you get? My goodness. What happened? That was a complete wipe onto Throwing is Fine. Resonance gonna take that and run with it. Look at this. They're pushing up. They are taking space, and that was a great team wipe. I didn't even see how that completely happened. Did you?
Not entirely, but some nice fall off from the tent certainly helped it out. The Reef Slider coming into the zone, gets 2 picks. Tent can't get out of the way in time, but the bubble on the zone from Resonance is going to hold the space. Now you have 2 rollers in a bubble. You don't want to get anywhere near that, but yeah, Resonance doing a nice job holding onto the space they can despite all of these walls and bubbles coming out. The vac clearing some space, but isn't going to clear behind them. That's going to be a hold on the zone. Throwing is Fine, takes back the lead.
Oh my gosh, these scores are so close. Okay, cooler coming out from Resonance. We see Day using that cooler and coming up onto this tarp area, trying to get a pick onto this member. I saw that member sharking there.
Yeah.
I saw Delta sharking there too. Day saw it as well, gets that pick. And now with 2 members down on the side of Throwing is Fine, Resonance needs to push forward here and cap the zone. The members of Throwing is Fine are coming back. They're trickling back, able to hold the zone.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the bubble comes out just in the nick of time and is going to save the game for Resonance there. My goodness. You see the Dynamo just swinging and swinging and swinging, and the paint, just the walls of Hacklefish don't give you enough space to really get the most out of Dynamo's paint. So the bubble coming in clutch, letting the roller move up and take that space really helped Resonance get back that zone here. And now, no penalty online. Throwing is Fine. Running out of time. Booyah comes out. Reef comes out. Whale comes out. Here it all comes. Throwing is Fine. Moving onto the zone. 3 members down. Nearly a full wipe. They're going to chase them down. The hammer comes out to finish it off. Throwing is Fine. Looking to put this game away.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so Resonance, they still have 40 seconds left. They could, you know, they need to make something happen. They need to get to the zone. They need to paint the zone, but they do have a member go down. They have a second member go down as well. It's looking very difficult for them to get out of their spawn.
Yeah, they're running out of time. Throwing is Fine only has 10 seconds on the clock. They're locking members of Resonance back. They're going to take the game.
Let's go, and there's that pop-off to pair with it. Very, right.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that was amazing.
This is crazy because now we've got the rock, we've got the paper. If Remix beats Throwing is Fine, do we have to do it again?
Wait, you're right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. At that point, we're just doing rock, paper, scissors. All right.
Oh, I would love to see that.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, I would love. I would love to see that.
It's like, all right, guys, rock, paper, scissors. Let's go. send up a representative to be your rock, paper, scissors person.
Oh, who do you pick?
I know.
There's so much pressure.
I don't even know how you rock, paper, scissors strategize. But move. I'm looking over. I'm scoping out what's going on over there. Everyone looks like they're having a good time over there.
They certainly are. People are getting really hyped for this match.
Mm-hmm.
And now, after two games of that best of 3, we're on to our potential last one. Throwing is Fine beat Remix earlier.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if Throwing is Fine beats Remix again in this best of 1, they will be making it out.
Okay. All right.
So
all right.
that's what it's going to come down to here.
I feel like that meme where the guy's like,
It's all connected.
yeah, has the board and just like, that's what I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it, I see it. Oh lordy. You know, the fire pit is probably popping right now.
Probably. They probably don't even know.
Yeah, they don't even
They
know.
don't even know.
We're gonna come out to the fire pit after this and be like, guys, guess what happened? And everyone's gonna be like, what?
Everyone out there's probably like, huh, wonder where everyone is.
I know, right? All right. So it sounds like the TOs are actually discussing a solution in case we do end up in the situation where it's the same exact thing. Rock, paper, scissors? No, just kidding. Unless? Huh?
Unless.
Unless?
Yes. It has been put forth to the TOs by our lovely production guy, Doughboy.
I love this. Everyone's getting so hyped. Okay. All right. So, what is Remix going to have to do differently here?
Well, it's best of 1 Splat zones. So, I feel like playing more together is something they could probably, if they're able to stick together a bit more, I think that it'll avoid like the situations where they ended up getting picked off like one at a time.
Yeah.
And that kind of ended up with like them needing to run at the zone more towards the end. But yeah, like being extra patient, waiting for like Rain or Zuka to come out, or we've been seeing Gold Nautilus, but like Silver Nautilus maybe. I
could see that. I could definitely see that coming out to help them.
Who knows what they're super comfortable with.
Yeah, sometimes, it really just can come down to, okay, even though this weapon might not be the best against X team, this team, I'm really comfortable with it, so I still want to play this weapon,
Yeah. If there's any time to stick to your guns, it's probably now in a best of 1 tiebreaker.
Yeah, true. No time to experiment, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, looks like we're going to Robo Ramen next.
Ooh, Robo Ramen. That's interesting.
Wait, didn't they play?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. These two teams played each other on this map and mode already. And, yeah.
Yeah, that was throwing is fine. Ended up like spawn camping them pretty hard, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
and that's when we were talking about, okay, they need to use a little more bombs to help push them away, get them pushed out of their spawn.
Yeah, just it's so difficult to get out of spawn there. You got to be like extra patient.
Yeah.
Be
Especially
very careful.
too, yeah, when they're right in front of you, and then you're like, okay, maybe I'll go around the left side, and then there's like someone there guarding the flank or already up on the flank, and it's just like, oh, it can get really scary.
Yeah, double Gluga. Gluga has the surprise 2-hit KO from like really far away.
Yeah,
so, just being a little bit more mindful, like when you drop down. When you drop down out of your spawn, might do them some good here. But this could be the last match of the day. Well, it is the last match of the day, probably.
Technically.
Unless we are doing rock, paper, scissors and we're counting that as a match. Which we might as well.
We get Magic up on stage with a mic. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors finals.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Guess what? It's time for rock, paper, scissors finals. Imagine if it was like best of one rock, paper, scissors. That would be terrifying.
No room to even like figure out your opponent. All the mental game was done in Splatoon.
Yeah,
now
right.
you need to pick.
Yeah. Wait, I think we should play one game of rock, paper, scissors since we're talking about it so much.
Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah! Fusion 1.
Okay, now we go again.
Okay.
Best of 3.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yes! Okay, okay.
Ready?
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You got me.
Yes! I'm going to top 24. All right, it's me. I'm going to top 24.
I've heard a lot
1v4.
Oh, I mean, could you take Starburst in a rock, paper, scissors competition?
I like to think so, since I couldn't take them in Splatoon. You know, I'll fight them in a rock, paper, scissors battle.
I think you could win.
I think so too. It was only necessary. We had to play rock, paper, scissors ourselves.
Yes. I've heard all the strategies like, oh, people like this are, they start with this and then they do this and then they pick this other thing and it's like, shut up, brain. It's like, shut up, brain. I'm going to like count the number of like dust particles I see on the like floor and and then pick that.
Yeah. Oh.
We have a comm error.
I hear yelling, but unfortunately there's a comm error, so we are still waiting.
We're ready, but they're not ready.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm playing rock, paper, scissors, I don't even think. I just go.
Yeah.
I just go with the wind.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. I love when we get to watch what everyone's doing in the background and on the stage here. Oh, now we have, okay, so we had Magic up there. Now we have Brush up there.
Yeah. The crowd has grown a little bit, it seems.
Yeah. The stragglers probably, I'm sure there's tweets about this on Twitter, right? There's gotta be. Okay, okay. I heard the ding. This has gotta be it. We're going in. Okay. Potentially now the
Potential
last
final
game here for the evening. Last best of one. Let's look at these comps, Fusion.
All right, same thing. Both these teams sticking with their guns, or buckets, rather, I guess. The buckets and glue guns coming out here. Both these teams already an early start for Remix. The paint coming out very quickly. We see actually the sprinkler. It's in the spot. It's in the funny spot. But throwing is fine. Getting the picks they need. If you take out the user, the sprinkler goes away too. So there's the solution to the problem.
Okay, so this is what we were talking about. We did see remnants of this happening. Members of Throwing is Fine trying to push in past the zone here very, very aggressively. And you can see Jam was doing a good job at starting to do that with the Glugas, but now they are backing up. They're regrouping with their team as this rain pushes. Throwing is Fine back, and the members of Remix are trying to push through that rain, but wait a second. They do push through that rain. They are able to get the zone and have no penalty points now, and they're actually in a position where they're able to push up now. Yeah,
actually the splashdown from Remix from Void has been getting a lot of value here, and Tori being super aggressive has certainly helped Remix move forward here, but Throwing is Fine answering back very quickly, and the rain comes out in the nick of time, forcing members of Throwing is Fine to drop, but while they do that, they are able to find the picks, so they're going to get the zone back before they lose the lead here. Remix still 3 members up though. They find actually a pick on the side. Splashdown is going to nearly cap the zone, and yeah, Remix looking significantly better in this game than the set we saw earlier. Tori hammering for like the 4th time this game already. Remix holding on to the zone, almost no penalty left. The sprinkler in the funny spot. We are gearing up for a potential lockout.
Okay, if they can hold on for just a little bit here past the whale, they do. Remix is able to get the lead now, and they do have 2 members go down, but they just needed that lead. That was exactly what they needed. Now Throwing is Fine, use their specials to push in and get the zone. They do have 22 penalty points, so let's see. I have faith. Remix, I know you can do it. Get back into the zone safely, cap the zone again, and keep in this 1v1.
yeah, they potentially can do it, but Throwing is Fine has been playing very aggressively here, trying to stop members from getting up onto that high ground and locking them, or sorry, it's, you know, just taking back that high ground. Remix now moves right in. Yeah, that Booyah right in the heart, the most difficult spot to push through, but Andrew on that left side moving in. 3 members of Remix are alive. The Hammer chases the Stamper into the corner, gets the pick on them. Remix answers back.
Wow, that was an awesome hammer there to help assist them. Axiom, excuse me, pushing around this right side flank, gets 2 picks, and now it pushes up even further. I love the use of the wall.
The whale.
Okay, the whale comes out. We see specials coming out from both sides here. Fusion, what is happening?
Oh my goodness, yeah, Throwing is Fine, just hitting the gas here, moving all the way into the spawn. They're gonna all be forced onto this low ground here as the members of Throwing is Fine just end up gearing back up to hold the zone, moving all the way back. Actually, in the spawn, Jam finds 2, I believe. That was just, the members thought they were safe behind the wall, but ended up getting taken out. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. Remix needs to make a run for it. Tori is a hammer, but there's a whale. You can't get through that. Andrew finds a pick. It's not going to be enough. Throwing is Fine, hangs on, and makes top cuts.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
It really was.
I don't know if you guys at home can hear the screaming, but it is so hype in here.